Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Merlin. Last time on Merlin, we had Another's Sorrow, where Morgana and Odin were allied to... they took Princess Mithian and her father and used Princess Mithian in order to get to Arthur, to lure him into a trap to kill him, and then it didn't really work. They escaped. But Arthur had a fight with Odin once and for all, and they did eventually settle on a truce. And that was that. This is where I say no spoilers, and if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of Merlin, what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment, click on the link there, that will take you over to the reaction. When you're done with that, you can pop right back over here for the discussion. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Short recap. Very, very, very short recap, but still. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this episode of Merlin. Here we go. Alrighty, that is episode 5. That's rough, buddy. That's rough. That is... That's tricky, you know? Because... Were they right? Was it a good idea to not bring back the old religion? Because this is the tricky part. For a long time we've said we need to bring back sorcery. We need to bring back sorcery and, you know, make sure that sorcerers are not persecuted and, you know, destroyed just because they're sorcerers. But to bring back the entirety of the old religion, that I feel like is different. Which, by the way, can we point out, first off, one reason why they call it the old religion is because they are, I suppose, Christians in this show. Because they've said before, I think it was way early in season 1, but I remember them saying, like, oh, well, you will be judged before God or something like that. They said something, and it's not plainly apparent. Like, it's not really discussed, and I don't even know if it was mentioned after that. But this is still supposed to be a medieval world, you know? This is still supposed to be a medieval world, and honestly, it almost feels like they took... The thing with Merlin is that they took the story of Merlin and King Arthur, and they put it into a somewhat real world. Somewhat. So to say, well, embrace the old religion, that I feel like would be very tricky, you know? Embrace the triple goddess. Though, evidently, the triple goddess is real. I guess it's one of those stories where, like, every god is real. I love stories like that. Where it's like, oh yeah, all the religions? Yeah, they're all right. Like, oh, okay. But, and we won't focus too much on that, but... to say to completely embrace the old religion. That's where things I feel like start to get a little tricky. Because there's legalizing sorcery, and then there's going back to the way everything was before the Purge. Granted, the motivations of the Purge was because of the death of the Queen. Because of the death of the Queen, Uther, blamed sorcery. And then completely eliminated sorcery. So it's not really that the purpose of the Purge... Like, there was no actual, purpose to the Purge. It was vengeance. It wasn't because, it got too out of control and the evil wizards and the noble hero came and stopped them. It's not that. So I'm honestly kind of going a little half and half on this, where it's like, on the one hand, yes, we do need to, legalize sorcery and everything. On the other hand, I'm kind of out on, completely bringing back the old ways, And that might sound weird. That might sound kind of weird. But, okay, you know what I think it is? Well, let me tell you. You specific. I don't know why I said it like that, but let me say it like this. Because for the past, at least 2 seasons, since Arthur became king, and honestly, a little bit even before that, we have constantly been saying Arthur will create a new kingdom. A new united kingdom. Literally. He will unite the lands of Albion into one kingdom under his rule. And in that new kingdom of Albion, things will be able to come back. Dragons will not be hunted to extinction. Excuse me. Sorcerers will not be hunted to extinction. They will not be persecuted just because they are sorcerers. Someone like, we go back a few episodes, Rodan, what the fuck? Davos Seaworth from a few episodes ago. When, we had his daughter and she said, he wanted the respect that he deserved. He was cast out just because he was a sorcerer. If he was literally anyone else, his skills would be praised, That is the world that we keep setting up. We keep saying that Arthur and Merlin are going to build. Then, however, we get people like the Disir, or, I should also mention, people like the Dragon. People like the Dragon that kind of seem to think that everything will go back to the way it was. Everything will go back to the way it was, and that's just that, Like the Purge never happened. Like Uther Pendragon never happened. Whereas I feel like where they want to go back to what the world was before the Purge, I feel like what we've been building up is a world born from the Purge and from the time of the old religion. A mixture. A world built that has been built up over time. Not like, well, we'll just go back to exactly the way we were 25 years ago. It's like, well, no. Or 30. I don't know how old Arthur is at this point. Probably like 30 at this point. Which, side note, how have Arthur and Gwen not have had a kid yet. That's kind of been bugging me for a little while. I don't know why I'm bringing this up now, but that's beside the point. We'll talk about it later. So, instead of a world like, oh, we're just going to go back to exactly the way things were, like the past 30 years have never happened. I feel like, and I'm sorry if you can hear Darby snoring, I feel like what we've been building up to is a world built from the dark times of the Purge and learning lessons from all of those times. We have learned lessons, and now, because this is why they say this will be a new kingdom. This isn't just Camelot's going to legalize sorcery and that's that. It's going to be a new kingdom of Albion. He is snoring so goddamn loud. It is ridiculous. I hope you can actually hear this, because otherwise I sound like an idiot. It's one of those weird deep sleep kind of snores. Hey, good morning. You wake up? I think he woke up. Sorry, I'm spending like a minute on this, but it's distracting me. Hey, buddy. You alright? You comfy? Sorry, I'm off topic now. Hey, oh, well, I didn't mean get up. Oh, god damn it. Now I gotta edit. I gotta edit the discussion. Damn it. No, don't get up. I didn't mean for you to get up. You were snoring so loud. I think he ate a Cheeto. I think I dropped a Cheeto at lunch and he just ate it. There he goes. Alright. He's probably gonna want out now, so I'll go do that. And I'm back. Alright. So that's the thing, is that the thing is that it feels like when they say, oh, embrace the old religion and stuff like that, that sounds like we're going back to the way things were. What I think we've been building up to is a new world, you know? Maybe a new religion. Or, if, a world where if people want to practice the old religion, that's great. If you don't want to, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. I thought that's what we've been building up to, you know? So, I'm kind of with the decision made here. You know? And I'll be curious to see if they keep going with this, you know? Like, I wonder if this will be a recurring thing now. Like, is the end goal to restore things to the way they were, or to forge a new world? That's what I want to know. So, that's what I want to know. So we'll have to figure that out. We can go into the notes. I have a cast this time. Yay. Alright, who's Osgar? Okay. It's Osgar, not Oscar. So. That's just our normal cast. No Morgana in this episode. Oh wait, I wrote Osgar. Okay, cool. So, yeah, so we had the fate of Arthur and stuff like that, and the judgment. That was kind of interesting. Yeah, I thought there would be a bit more with, the passing judgment on Arthur. Like, I thought it'd be a little bit, like, more. I don't know why. I don't know. I thought it was going to be a bigger deal than it really was. Just kind of seemed to be like, I don't know. I guess it was sort of like a Christmas Carol, like, oh, this is your last chance. You can still redeem, but it really, I don't know. I'm very curious as to how this is all going to end. First off, because I'm very curious if the show was planned to end this season or if it just didn't get renewed for a 6th season. I'll be curious about that. So, yeah, it's like, are we building up to the death of Arthur? I can't see that happening, though. That's the thing. Not after all the build-up we've had, you know? And, we had Merlin stressing about Mordred and the future vision and stuff. I do kind of wish Merlin would just finally figure out how these friggin' visions work. It's been 5 seasons and he still doesn't get it. It's like... Now, granted, he said in this, Mordred is to play a part in Arthur's death. Okay, that's at least something. That's better than, that's better than we've seen before, Like, there have been other times where it's like, there have been other times where, like, Merlin has been like, oh, this thing is going to happen. It's like, well, you don't really know that. It's like, well, you saw something, but it could have been anything. Like, when he saw the vision of Morgana stabbing Uther, it turned out not to be that. Like, you didn't see that knife go into his body when the snake bite entered his veins. No. Anyway. So, and likewise, in this vision, again, they never show... Now, granted, it shows Arthur... It doesn't show him getting stabbed, but it looks like he got stabbed, and Mordred's right in front of him. So, I get that. I think Darby wants in, so I'll go get him. Oi. See, if I... Y'all are going to want me to show Darby, aren't you? Alright, I can. Stay. You have to move the camera for this, so... Alright, y'all are coming for a ride real quick. Up. There he is. A little hard to angle this because I'm using the front camera, but yeah. Here he is. There's the good little boy. This is where he sleeps while I film, so... What is it, boy? What is it? Oh, you probably guys... You can't... I just realized you probably can't hear me that well because I'm not speaking towards the microphone. Whoopsies. Yeah. Alright. Let me put you guys back. Okay. Ignore all my other crap. Okay. Da-da-da. There we go. There. I've been mentioning Darby a lot in these videos recently, in all my videos, just because I film on the weekdays, and I'm the only one at home during the weekdays in the middle of the day, so I have to constantly take care of Darby, so thought you guys would appreciate it that time. Well, alright. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the vision. So, I mean, this time around, I guess it is a bit more like, it really does look like Mordred killed Arthur right there, but I don't know. I'm just glad that Merlin's like, well, he plays a part in Arthur's death. Like, okay, well, yeah, I'll grant you that at least. We had the Disir, the Seers. They were pretty interesting. They're kind of like the Fates. I kind of like that. It was interesting that the only time you saw their eyes was when Merlin blocked the spear with his magic, and they looked at him specifically. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, I love the line where Merlin is like, hey, why would I be judged? And Merlin's like, well, maybe because you are worthy of being judged. Like, judgment is useless on a person who's not going to listen. Like, that's a good line right there. I really like that. So, yeah, it's like, the reason they're doing this is because there is the possibility of Arthur changing. So, that was pretty interesting. We had Kill Mordred again. We kind of took us back to a early Merlin talk with the dragon, where he's like, fucking kill him. You know, he said that before about Mordred and Morgana and everything. So yeah, it's just another kill Mordred. What are you gonna do? Again, I wrote down embrace the old religion. I still think, it's like, oh, well, Arthur must now follow the old religion and worship the triple goddess and stuff. I don't think that's necessarily the way to go. I think Arthur needs to build a world where if you want, basically, Arthur needs to make a world where everyone is accepted, no matter what their, which we've built up to that, where, everyone is equal, servants, servants, gender, like everyone is equal to each other. Those were great examples I used there. Servants, gender, you get what I mean, He even says, which is why, like, the old rule, it's like, oh, only high-class people can become knights. Like, well, now fucking commoners can be knights. Who fucking cares? They're good men, Everyone is equal, and that's what the round table is for, So that's the thing. Whereas, so I think part of that needs to be embracing, accepting sorcerers and people who follow the old religion, but that doesn't mean that Arthur needs to follow the old religion, So, and I like, when he's considering it, it's like, okay, because he wants to save Mordred, he wants to save a fellow man, but at the same time, he has seen evils of sorcery, While, yes, the purge was, done for vengeance and stuff like that, he does bring up a solid point that it's like, okay, well, some of these things, people have used sorcery for evil, Morgana being a prime example. But what he doesn't have is an example of sorcery being used for good. Like Merlin, for example. I thought this might be the moment where Merlin actually told him, and then, I don't know, like, would that mean, embracing the old religion or anything? I don't know. I want that. I want them to go down the path of not going back to where we were, but forging a new world with sorcery, with the old religion, but he doesn't have to start worshiping the triple goddess and everything. He just, is still him, I guess. I don't know, if that makes any sense. So, but man, another difficult moment. I feel like we've had something like this before, but I can't remember when there's a chance to, change the status of sorcery and stuff, and Merlin has to say, no, sorcery has no place. And you could obviously see that it destroyed him. And I think Arthur saw that it was kind of getting to him too. So, I don't know, maybe we could get more of that sometime. That was pretty interesting. So they ended up going with the needs of the many, Arthur believing that his kingdom is better off without sorcery, and because of that, he thought he was going to sacrifice Mordred. But the punishment is Mordred will live and play a part in Arthur's death. That is Arthur's punishment. So, I don't know. Maybe we can sort of talk about this in the comments. What do you guys think? Would it be right for Arthur to completely go back to the ways of the old religion 100% before all the purge stuff happened? Or do you think that what the show needs to do is establish that, yes, it is a new world. Will it have stuff from the old religion? Yes, but this is a completely new world that we're trying to forge. It hasn't happened yet, but it needs to happen, So, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty interesting. I really did love this episode. A lot of questions being asked on this one, but yeah, that is pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Merlin reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.